Hi guys, so we're testing out Lovable's new cloud AI. So far, Lovable has been great. The only drawback was the backend integrations and a lack of API integrations, which were quite cumbersome. Still possible, um, but now Lovable has launched um, Lovable Cloud, which kind of solves all those things. So today we're going to test that and let's get into it. So I'm starting with a prompt on an app I was discussing with someone, right? They built it out over 8 months, and I'm sure their app is much more comprehensive. They have a team monitoring it very regularly. But I'm trying to replicate it for testing out Lovable right now. So my prompt is help me build the AI chatbot, which is an AI therapist. Built out a detailed structure on what it can do and help me brainstorm more features and ideas. Okay. Um, I'll also say include a therapist dashboard where they can monitor real-time conversations and have an option to switch from AI to real therapist. But this option is controlled by the therapist only. For the user, keep a simple chatbot interface. Yeah, let me ask integrate. So that is one of the new features of Lovable, that it has easy integration with APIs, especially with Gemini API that they have highlighted. Gemini API to power the chatbot. Okay, cool. Now I've given it the prompt. Let's see how long it takes. So while Lovable builds out the app, um, just wanted to share a conversation I had with someone who is building out an AI therapist, right, for mental health. And the interesting part of the conversation was that people who have not used AI till now, like therapists who have been trained without all these technologies, um, are rightfully hesitant to adopt them, right? Versus someone who has built a whole business with that AI are very pro and often tend to ignore the nuances or the negative sides of this. But this founder was very open to it. Openly agreed that there are downsides of letting AI completely take over. So what they've done is they've built a human in the loop, right? So a therapist will monitor all the conversations that are happening with the AI, with the user, and they can step in any time where they feel it's not going as per what it should happen, right? So that's, I think, a great feature. That's what I'm trying to replicate today and see if it works with Lovable's new features. Um, but yeah, I think mental health is a very big problem to solve, especially in a country like India. There are loads of great startups, but will AI be a part of it? We'll find out soon. Awesome. So coming to what it has built so far, it built out the whole core concept and capabilities, right? Just like I asked for it to do. It kept the user experience simple, voice to text option for accessibility, multiple additional features. It is clearly talking about building a therapist dashboard with real-time monitoring, intervention controls, client management, analytics, and alert systems, right? Now, this is the interesting part. It is asking me to give it permission to build a backend, add LLM, and make it free to start. So I will going to allow it. It is something that we saw in Emergent as well, right? They build out a plan and ask for your permission to build on the execution, right? You see this on Replit's assistant, right? That it will build out the solution and that will give you the power to accept or reject it and review each change that it is making. This might be becoming the norm, especially in AI dev tools where every change is quite important. Okay. So just click on a few features to understand, okay, what does AI mean, right? So it is focusing on Gemini and ChatGPT, saying that no APIs, no setup required. Um, and what it can do, AI summaries, chatbot agent, sentiment detection, document Q&A, creative generation, multilingual support, image task completion, workflow automation. That's great. Default model, like I said, Gemini 2.5 Flash. It also has a list of other supported models. We'll go through it once later. Just quickly checking here. It is still building, so we have time to explore more. Um, Great. So again, it has an option to always allow or ask each time, right? I think again, coming back to the control part is becoming quite a norm for LLMs to let humans control what to execute and what not to execute. Um, Usage and pricing. It is a usage-based model. That's great. Um, every workspace includes $1 of free AI usage per month. Interesting. Um, this is applicable, by the way, on the free tier as well. So great for testing out, which is one thing I like about Lovable, right? It lets people test out even deployment and database on the free tier, right? So you get the full experience in one go. Okay, coming to the models that it has, Gemini 2.5 Pro, Flash, Flash Lite, Flash Image, GPT-5, 5 Mini, and 5 Nano, right? And with description and best uses as well, right? Um, awesome. This is what it says. Let's look at Lovable Cloud as well, right? Great. So it basically is the backend, right? The database, auth, and storage. Um, that other tools as well have. But earlier you had to manually sync with Superbase for the backend. Now they claim that does it automatically. So we can go and check it. Right? So it did ask us to start building the database structure, and it picked it as auto approve. And it's also giving a breakdown of what it's going to create, right? So again, similar to Emergent, also it's giving you the master prompt that it's using, um, which is a good thing to kind of have, um, and trying to understand how it actually works. Great. So I'll come back to what it actually did. Now let's look at it's configuring the auth settings, design systems, buttons, components. Okay, it's finding bugs and trying to fix it, which is great. When did we start this? So I like to keep a track of how much time is each LLM taking. So I remember Emergent took around 18 minutes on the first build. Replit consistently takes around, uh, I would say, 7 to 12 minutes, right, on every build that we do. Obviously, it varies completely with the complexity of the tool and what amount of work are you telling the agent to do. Cool. Okay, so they've opened a tab on the top alongside preview code, which is on cloud. And it also gives you an option to connect to an existing Superbase project. That's great. Security, speed, stay, and analytics. Okay, so analytics comes only after you publish it, which is fair for us. Right? So the timestamp on starting is 5:17 p.m. Right? We are at already at 25, so 7 minutes have passed. Um, Hardly 30 seconds that we delayed it on the enable approval steps that we approved. Now it's saying that it has built it, but still not visible on the preview. Um, Core features are AI Therapist, powered by Gemini 2.5 Flash. It has picked evidence-based therapeutic techniques, CBT, and mindfulness. Um, that's great. Hybrid AI human system, design, security, chat features. What's next? So I am not able to see the preview. So let me ask it to fix it. So yeah, I think it says the auth is one of the problems. This is the constant challenge that if you're building an app on any of these tools, Lovable, Replit, Emergent, if you start with integrating the auth, which is the login or sign up page, it becomes a hindrance while testing it out. So we usually kind of ask the agent not to build out the auth or login page in the first version, right? So that testing becomes easier. So that is the same issue we are experiencing on Lovable as well. Um, so great, it identified it, it removed the automatic redirect, and is saying that it should be working now. But the preview is not showing. Let me try to open it up on a separate tab. Yes, now it's working. Okay. Why is the preview not loading? Great, let me try it on the separate tab. It has built a home page. If I click on get started today, sign up, 6. Okay, let's create the account. Done. So this is what it has built. It is giving you a session name, settings, sign out, mood tracking. Okay, let's say I am feeling down today. So I sent the message and it did not record it. Fair enough. Um, yeah. So now it's responding. How do you feel? Deadlines, difficulties. So let's say yes. Deadlines. I have too much on my plate. How do I manage that? So I like that it kind of included quick actions. Um, it highlights that it is an AI session, right? Um, but yeah, the header could have been better. Maybe a logo, a bit more of a design part. Um, Although it's mentioning confidence percentage, but I don't understand what it is, right? It's not highlighting it. And again, from a user end point of view, is it important or not? But again, these are secondary steps in the first build. We don't expect it. Um, but it's great that it has included it at least, right? I think the talking style is also quite natural. Again, this is not Lovable, this is purely on Gemini. So how that LLM processes the input is how this will matter more, right? Got it. Fair enough. So first version works. There's a few more things which don't matter right now. The quick actions don't work, which is perfectly fine, but sign out works. Great. So now let me ask it database. Perfect. So this is what people have been asking for from Lovable. So you have the database, tables, users, okay, storage, got it, edge functions, very interesting. Secrets is a common tab that a lot of these tools have, and logs, right? A very clean interface, um, and it has logs by different type of logs as well. This is a good feature, but much welcome. Other tools, wherever we have logs, have everything in one go, right? So it's quite interesting and quite helpful as well, right? It has timing 15-30 minutes. Let me try to see auth logs. Yes, those are also working. It's the database logs. So it also defined exactly what each table should have. Started capturing information. I can export it. I can look at what all columns to see. User signups is there. This is a good update from Lovable. Let's look at what auth settings are there. Okay, sign in methods for users. You can allow by email, phone, even Google account, right? That's a good option to have for users. Very interesting. Okay, so now they have introduced a breakup of how the whole plan works also, and what are the cost for each component, right? How much are you paying for the cloud, and how much are you paying for the AI in Gemini integrations? So I think it's a good way to show the usage, right? I'm not sure how it will use how to show exactly how much have I spent on the prompting part, right? That is something I would still like to see over here. But this is a good upgrade, breaking down how things are shown. Great, these are my credits, my plan. Looks good. So one thing we had complained earlier was that you can't edit code. So that is, I think, fixed now. Um, so yeah, there you have it. Global has databases inbuilt now. So the race to becoming the best AI dev tool has seriously kind of sped up. Um, we'll go through it deeper, explore it more, try to build out a bit more complex things. So it's going to be fun.